Hello everyone, welcome back to another video today. We're going to be looking at the Christmas forecast, kind of what are the most likely outcomes, where is it going to be cold, where is it going to snow, and kind of slightly for the forecast after Christmas as well. So we'll get started now looking at the GFS model. The 6 o'clock run is just coming out now, but we'll look at the kind of midnight run. And you can see we'll start off this week starting off very unsettled, multiple areas of rain moving through, potentially one tomorrow, and then a big one on Friday. A big front kind of pushes into parts of the UK. You can see there, quite rainy on Friday, and then you can see what happens on Saturday, which is Christmas Eve. Is you get this low over here, across parts of kind of just to the west of the UK and Ireland. There's our low, quite a deep low, and then what happens is it kind of moves in this direction. As I play it forward, moves in this direction during Christmas. Sorry, during Christmas Eve into Christmas, and it interestingly kind of develops into a kind of slightly more intense low. As it does so, you can see the pressure gradient is tightening. That's how close the isobars are together. So the isobars are tightening, more precipitation, and then we kind of get, as you can see, isobars are tight together. We get that strong wind, and the colours of the precipitation is turning to purple. So you can see we get that cold air pushed in by the strong wind on the northwest side, and you can see it quite easily if we put the temperature map on there. You can see what happens is that gets pushed through during Christmas Day by this low. So what happens, that low, like I said, develops into quite an intense low. We have those ice bars, the white lines are really tightly packed, strong winds, and that's driving that cold air quite widely across much of the UK. All of Scotland, all of Ireland, Northern Ireland, kind of getting across most of Wales, Northern England, and it's kind of just the south of England and parts of Wales that don't get it, though it does eventually kind of try to make its way across parts of the south on kind of Boxing Day. And so that's one run. If we show you another run, we'll go the last night 6 o'clock run. You can see it's actually slightly an interesting trend because, I'll just clear this. What you can see, we still have that low, like I said. This one, it doesn't actually develop as much as last night's run did. It kind of stays weaker. Instead of going to the north, sorry, that was a bit of a ugly track, but it doesn't matter. Instead of going to the north like the this morning's run did, it kind of stays further south, like that. And what happens, the wind is never as strong, and we still manage to bring in that cold air. But you notice it doesn't get quite as far east as the other one. You can see it kind of gets to about here, and then it kind of starts to get pushed away. If I show you the run from before that, so this is going even further back in time, you can see is that the trend of kind of the weaker low is even stronger. You can see the cold air gets to about here, before it's pushed away. So that's quite interesting to see. We've gone from that to a much deeper, stronger low, with kind of cold air getting much further south. So that's quite an interesting trend, potentially meaning that the cold air kind of moving into the UK on Christmas Day could be more significant, or is trending more significant. But it all depends on how deep this low develops. And if we look at the jet stream, you can see there's our jet stream on Sunday and Saturday. I'll try and get it for Sunday. You can see kind of one red flag is that it's quite far to the south. So we've got an upper level low in here. There's our jet stream. We usually like a low pressure system to deepen. We want it to kind of be in the right entrance region of the jet stream. So kind of in here, or kind of on the left exit region. So somewhere probably round here. But notice our low is hypothetically all the way over here. So it doesn't make a lot of sense for it to deepen like it does on the model. So that's potentially something that could go wrong, is that the model is kind of over forecasting how deep it gets, and so it's over forecasting sorry, I'll just wait for this to load, how far kind of east the cold air gets. That's potentially something that could be happening. If we look at the 6 o'clock run, I'll be interested to see what this one run does. It's for the trend. Hypothetically though, if the GFS was to be right, this one, we'd be looking at a white Christmas across western coasts, Northern Ireland, Western Republic of Ireland, Western Scotland, potentially into Northern England. We'd be looking at a white Christmas there, with snow showers kind of piling in from the sea. Then we kind of get some more uncertainty after Christmas Day itself. So the GFS model on Monday, which is Boxing Day, what's been showing quite consistently is we get a low pressure to the south here, precipitation, we get that cold air kind of in here, and then it kind of bumps up into that cold air and then turns to snow on the northern edge. You see there is that low turning to snow, potentially with quite a significant snowfall on the northern edge of the low, and then it kind of moves away, giving a few centimeters in places. That's one possibility that the GFS is showing during Boxing Day, is a low through kind of northern Midlands, Wales, northern England, and then also those snow showers across kind of the west like I was talking about. And if we look at the past runs, just to get an idea of consistency as well, you can see the GFS had the same thing on Christmas Day, a low, but notice how the snow here was less widespread, and it's the same thing for the 12 o'clock run, though the snow was kind of more widespread across parts of Northern Ireland, Republic of Ireland and Scotland, and the low was also further north. So it's interesting, to me at least, that we're getting this trend on the GFS of the kind of main low being stronger, the cold air getting further south, and the low being further south, because what that's suggesting is trending towards a possible snow event across maybe the Midlands on Monday. That's what the GFS is suggesting. However, the confusing thing is, if we look at other models, for example the European model, it's almost completely different. The low is way less strong on Christmas Day. We get that cold air coming in from the west, but the winds are not as strong. The cold air isn't quite as significant. We do get snow showers across the west, so if you're in kind of the west of Scotland, this area, and potentially further kind of south, maybe this area as well, I'll be looking out for snow showers on Christmas Day and Boxing Day. But then the low I was talking about on the European model, it's much further south, which is interesting, but it's all rain. This would be a wet, kind of mild, rainy Boxing Day. And if I show you the Canadian model, you can see the low is slightly more similar to the GFS. We're bringing in strong snow showers, not strong snow showers, frequent snow showers across Scotland, with fairly cold air pulling in behind. And then the low, look how on this one, the low is either here, barely developed, or it doesn't even go into the UK at all on Boxing Day. So there's quite a lot of uncertainty. And if I show you the GEFS itself, clear this, if I show you the storm tracks on it, you can see there's only each one of these lines is a possible track for the storm. That's kind of the main area we're looking at, which could bring that cold air on the backside like that. And then you can see we have only a few small lines indicating there's only a few kind of ensemble members, suggesting we might get that low across the south on kind of Monday, Tuesday. So while the GFS has been consistent in showing it, I don't quite trust it, to be honest with you, so I basically ignore what it's showing. But in terms of the actual weather forecast across the UK on Christmas and Christmas Day, we'll start off by looking at the European model kind of meteograms. This is for London. You can see the wider the box is, the kind of more uncertainty there is, and you can see here close together for the next few days up until Sunday, indicating there is good certainty. And I'm afraid to say, if you were hoping for a white Christmas, it's looking mild across the UK, across the southern UK on Christmas Day. You can see 10 degrees there, maybe a low of approaching 0, and that's indicating that as we go past Christmas Day, potentially there is a signal for a cold snap, a brief cold snap, because look how those boxes are increasing in size. Signal there, potentially temperatures getting a bit lower, so the scope for some colder weather. For Edinburgh, we can look at the same thing. You can see, however, the difference is that the boxes, so number one, there's slightly more uncertainty for Christmas Day, but also notice how it's a lot lower, potentially Boxing Day as low as 0 degrees to the maximum, or kind of 2 degrees to the maximum temperature, 5 degrees or slightly above on Christmas Day, and potentially temperatures dropping after that, and then really uncertain forecast after that. Huge uncertainty. Looking at the GFS snow ensembles, this is for Edinburgh. You can see each of the lines is representing a possible snow scenario. I'll do white on here. Sorry. So you can see there are a few lines indicating an increased signal around Christmas time, possibly a signal after that, though not a huge signal. This would all be kind of from snow showers. This is for Scotland. So if I was in Scotland, I wouldn't rule out a white Christmas from snow showers, especially across western areas. If we look at London instead, you can see a very small signal. Wouldn't be getting excited for snow at this stage, though there is a non-zero chance maybe after Christmas and slightly beyond, but I wouldn't be getting excited if I was you. If we look at the ensemble means, and I'll begin to wrap up this video, you can see this is a spaghetti plot. It looks a bit complicated, but it's kind of hard to understand. Sorry, easy to understand. I mean, you can see each of these lines here is indicating the possible position of the 0-degree air at 1.5 kilometers. So you kind of want to be, for snow and cold, you want this to be quite far south of the UK. This is on Christmas Day, and you can see there's a wide variety in where it could be. Potentially, all of the UK is under mild, and potentially all of the UK is under cold. So still uncertainty on how far south the cold air is going to get, but I think it's pretty safe to say Scotland, Northern Ireland, and parts of the Republic of Ireland cold with snow showers at the end of Christmas Day and into Boxing Day as well. That's going to be it for this video. Potentially some interest with the GFS, what's kind of with the developing the low. I would look out for it, but I wouldn't be betting on anything. Oh, looks like the GFS could be quite mild on Christmas Day. Let me refresh this, see what it's saying. Just a quick look at the... So the latest GFS for Christmas Day is cold with snow showers across the... snow showers across western areas. You can see snow showers there, and then there's that low that it tries to develop. You can see potentially something to look out for, though I'm not completely sold on that. But anyways, that's the end of the video. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.